Minecraft Me is brought to you by viewers and listeners like you on Patreon. That's right, patreon.com is a place where you can go and support Minecraft Me for as little as $1 per month. And when you do that, you help keep this show on the air. Head over to patreon.com/Minecraft to support Minecraft Me.
This is Minecraft Me, a show that is about Minecraft, where we bring you some of the most awesome tutorials on the internet, reviews of mods and pack picks that you can use when you play. We take you on awesome adventures, all with Chase and Joe.
Hey everybody, welcome again to another edition of Minecraft Me. This is the show that is entirely about the game from Mojang called Minecraft. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an expert, we like to help you play this awesome building blocks game. It could be an awesome adventure that we go on, a really neat resource pack or shader pack. We also love to share with you the awesome builds of our community. There's some incredible stuff. And then we also are now giving you challenges, and we take your questions on every single episode. I'd like to welcome you to this kind of a holiday festive edition. We've had Canada Day earlier in the week. We got the 4th of July coming up this week, and a lot of great things happening all around the world. My name is Chase Nunes, and joining me on every single edition of Minecraft Me, without fail, is my good friend, guide, teacher, and server administrator of our awesome community, Mr. Joseph Falby. Hey, Joe. What is shaking, my friend?
Not much, hanging out.
I hear you. You know who else we're hanging out with this week?
Let's see. Yeah, I can run down the names. Here, I'll run down the names real quick.
No. No, it's the chat room. The chat room.
I was gonna run down all those names.
Yeah, no, there's quite a few.
I was gonna start with Chase and RoboCop and end with
you always start with Chase on RoboCop. But the chat room is here. They are paying attention. They're joining us on this live show now. Obviously, it's not Thursday. We're not recording this on Thursday, and I'm not even going to try to.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
After all the discussion before, remember, we did our last show a week ago. It wasn't 4 days. It was a week.
Yeah. We're recording this ahead of time. Because we got the holidays. We got a lot of things happening.
Right. See, but I think we could even predict, we could even talk about the snapshot that's going to come out on Wednesday.
Yeah, what is the snapshot that's coming out this week?
Well, I think that should be one of our news items, right? So the snapshot dropped yesterday, and it was pretty much just all bug fixes for the future 1.8. There was nothing too major in terms of new features.
Can I try one?
Tweaked a little bit of how that underwater mob works, that sort of thing. But yeah, it should be a good snapshot. We're looking forward to it. 1.8 should drop.
Let me try one too, Joe. We just got more information that there's a potential rumor of the Wii U edition of Minecraft.
There you go. That's a good one.
We've gotten some more information, and man, it looks promising that we might see it potentially by 2015. So it's looking pretty good.
That was the exact same rumor from last week.
I know. More executives have come forward. Do you want to do one more, Joe? You got one more in you?
Let's see. Yes. So latest information is Minecon this year will be somewhere in Europe.
Wow.
Shocking. I know, because they talked about it a while ago now.
Yeah. Maybe London, perhaps, or Spain, or maybe Italy. We don't know yet. We're still trying to get more information.
Maybe Italy. Could be Germany. Potentially France. They might even go for Portugal. There's always a shot that'll be in Luxembourg. It's always a chance, right?
Maybe in their backyard. Maybe it's going to be in Sweden.
Right? Or Finland. Could be in Finland.
Yep.
And don't forget, could be in Russia.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or, anywhere else in Europe.
So since we're doing this on such a short week, and obviously we're making predictions about news. Let's talk about some actual tangible things, shall we, Joe? First off,
naming European countries.
First off, last week on the show, 7 days ago on the show, we unveiled the brand new GeekGamerTV first shirt. It is a shirt that you can go ahead and pre-order, if you will, right now on Teespring. The URL is teespring.com/GG shirt. Right now we have 8 sold towards the goal of 25. If we get to 25, it basically unlocks, and you will get one of these shirts. If it doesn't get to 25, you don't get charged. No harm, no foul. But it is two-sided. You get the Geek Gamer TV crest over your left breast area, and then on the back is Geek Gamer TV there on the back. It's very nice. It's a very clean design. It's available in regular T-shirt sizes in black, white, and red. Ooh, red. I like the black one. I will say it. And I'm probably going to get the long sleeve edition, Joe. But yes, we got to get to 25, and we have just over 18 days as of the recording of this show. So if you want to get your hands on one of these shirts, it doesn't hurt to just go ahead and reserve one. If we don't get to 25, like I said, they will not print. There you go.
Yep.
teespring.com/GG shirt. You have 18 days to do it. So do it. Do it. You know you want to. The other thing, by the way, you guys, is we fund this show. We fund the server. You know, I said, for example, Joe is our server extraordinaire. He keeps the ball running. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Rolling. That makes more sense. Spinning like a top. Like a top. Head over to patreon.com/Minecraft. This is where you can support the show. And now, as we record this, we are a few days before the end of the month, which means if you sign up now, what will happen is for July, you will be involved in our exclusive, really cool Survivor games where you will be guaranteed a spot into those games. Not only that, but you will get access to a plot on a creative-only map where you'll be able to build with unlimited materials. And man, Joe, we need to head back in there and check that out because there's been some incredible builds in there, and maybe we should do that next week because it is just the imagination that some of the people have is just extraordinary. And
yeah, definitely
what people have come up with. So as of right now, you can check out those creations. If you head into our server, head into our portal room area, there's actually a portal that will take you to the creative server, and you can check that out, or the creative map, if you will. Because of the changes with the end user license agreement, or EULA, we have to make changes by August 1st unless we get approval from Mojang to keep things the way it is. But as of right now, we are planning to make a change, meaning that the patrons will get an exclusive IP address that they'll join to and be able to still continue building. Nothing will change. They won't lose anything. But unfortunately, we'll lose the ability to have you guys be able to check them out at will. But I think the way we can do it is we can copy the map. You can still check it out. I think that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to do like periodic copies and... Yeah,
I think we'll try to do like a scheduled copy where it basically copies the map between the two servers every week or so. And that way, the people who are on the regular server will be able to see what's been built, but they won't be able to see it being built. They won't be able to see it live, unfortunately.
Right, totally. So coolio. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where we love to be able to give back to the community where we can, and this is one of those things. In doing so, that creative area, and hopefully we'll work it out where you guys who, even if you may not be able to afford to become a patron, you could still reek in the benefits, so to speak, and check out some of the awesome creations. So that's patreon.com, patreon.com/Minecraft. So speaking of huge creations, Joe, this, we prepared for it, we shut it down, and we moved on to a brand new world, new biomes, new creations, new awesome stuff, and we made available the season. Oh, you know what? The Season 2 map. But I wanted to make one more announcement. I totally spaced about this, you guys. I'm so sorry. I forgot one more spot in the rundown. The server challenge. So last week, we unveiled the 4 finalists or 4 creations of the server challenge of the server challenge. It was the second one of creating an arcade. Basically, you had 20 by 20 blocks. You're able to basically build how you want to build, and then the community is going to vote on it. So we'll have a link in the show notes where you can go and check it out, and the voting is in our forums. So right here, you can go ahead and head over to geekgamer.tv/forums, and we'll have a link directly to it, Joe. But And we'll have buttons too, right, Joe, where people will be able to go check those out?
Yeah, there are buttons in the main spawn building on the spawn campus, and it's just where they were for the previous challenge. Only there's 4 instead of 14 or however many there were before. And yeah, you just go in there, click the one, whichever one you want to see. It'll teleport you right to it. You can use back command to get back if you need to, or use spawn, of course, to get back as well.
Sweet. Yeah, just 4 builds for this particular challenge. Now, we did kind of tease last week on the show, 4 days ago, that you might have possibly a challenge. Maybe, do you? Or you want to have another week
I think we'll announce the challenge. Do you want to do it now, or do you want to wait and do it after a little later?
We could do it later. That's what you call a tease.
Normally we do it a little later.
Yeah.
But this one, we'll tease this much about it right now to keep people watching, right?
Yes.
So right in here, right after I make this tease, Chase, that's where you insert the commercial break, okay?
All right, fair enough. Go ahead.
So it's the challenge is going to involve redstone. So if you're a redstone builder and you like making contraptions with redstone, this one is going to be for you. It should be interesting. I'm really kind of curious to see how it turns out.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, should be cool.
And we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. Hey, guys. All right, now it's time to go ahead and jump into our Play It segment this week. Now, this is actually direct response to you guys sending in these questions, and we've actually received these probably on average maybe once or twice a week now, ever since we released the Season 2 map. Now, the Season 2 map was basically the entire building world of all these different creations, some that you guys created out there, some that we've created, except for the AT&T Park. That was a community build that we wanted to protect, and so we removed it. But it's like 5 gigs, right, Joe? It's a huge file. We have it available on torrent and also download through Mega, which is a file sharing service. So, but what's the question we've been getting so often on this?
Well, the big question is how do people load it into their own single player or their own server if they want to?
Right.
And so yeah, we're gonna address that. We're gonna take care of that. We're gonna show you step by step how you get it working in both, and it's actually pretty easy and pretty straightforward.
Right. I know, some people, we've had people write in and they say, I haven't not been able to find a nice, clean, clear tutorial on this.
Yeah.
So hopefully through this episode, you can bookmark it and make it happen. And by the way, it should be episode 133, not 132, 133. I forgot to change
It says
that.
133 now.
Yeah, I know, but that's me doing a slider. I'm messing that up. Yeah. Don't look at that. We're going to show you how to do it. But so, first thing you need to do...
Well, now they can look at it.
Why
don't you just leave it at 133 all the time?
Well, no, because what happens is then it covers up that your name. See? That's just an overlay.
Yeah.
See,
I see that.
This is secret sauce that I'm now sharing.
Yeah, but I don't understand why it goes back to 132.
It's because the split shot had 132 on it.
Oh.
But no, guess what? I fixed it. See, that's what you call that's delayed. So, yes. So, anyway, we're going to show you guys how to take the map. So, first thing you want to do is obviously grab the world. It is a large file. It is 5 gigs, and it's available on torrent or, like I said, through Mega. So, we'll have links in the show notes.
It's actually 6 gigs.
Oh, 6 gigs.
Yeah, it's 6 gigs.
Yeah. So prerequisites first. Joe, what version of Minecraft are they going to need?
So it should work in any version of Minecraft 1.7 or later.
Okay.
Should even work in the snapshots, the 1.8 snapshots that are out there right now. No promises.
Okay.
The server was running 1.7.2. It was running actually the Forge version of 1.7.2. So it'll work in at least once up to 1.7.5. Probably it should load without any difficulty in 1.7.10 or newer.
Right. Okay. So the first thing we're going to show is we got the file.
Right.
We have the Minecraft download. And for this particular demonstration, I downloaded Minecraft Server 1.7.5.
We'll do the single player first.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Because that's easy and really straightforward.
Got it.
And so for single player, basically, yeah, I don't know if you want to throw that up now.
Yep. All right, so let me switch over to my screen here.
Okay.
I'm going to log into my single-player experience. This is just the normal...
Well, don't log in. Just launch the launcher.
Oh, Oh, what I just downloaded.
Just bring up the launcher, just like that. You had it. You had it.
Sorry.
You had it there.
All right, my bad.
You were there.
My bad.
Well, now, did you close it or did you minimize? Okay.
No, I just
No,
it's
you actually just minimized it. So close one of those. All right. So you're here. You see this screen. Now, we've been to this screen a lot. We've talked about how to do different mods. You can see you have Optifine. You have a profile with Optifine. It doesn't matter. We don't care about any of those things. The only thing we care about is the edit profile button. So click on that for me.
all right. Edit.
Okay. All right. Now, the only thing we care about on this screen right now is Open Game Dir.
Open Game Dir?
At the bottom.
Oh.
Bottom, second from the right is Open Game Dir.
Yeah.
And what that does, if you click on that,
Okay.
it opens up your .minecraft game directory.
Right.
And that's where, and that'll work on Windows or Mac or Linux, doesn't matter what version you're running. It'll pop up a window that shows you the contents of your Minecraft directory.
Okay.
And in your case, we did an episode a while ago where we said, here's how you sync your maps through Dropbox.
Right.
So you can see your saves folder has a funny arrow on it.
The little shortcut arrow.
Right. It's not a shortcut. It's a symlink because it wouldn't follow a shortcut. So
that's right.
But that is linked to another directory somewhere. But it doesn't matter. That's the beauty of these things is you can still just double click on it. So double click on saves.
All right.
There you go. That's where you put your map.
All right. So here it is right here.
So go to wherever you downloaded it.
There it is. It's right here.
Yeah. It's a zip. It comes down as a zip normally.
Okay.
You want to uncompress that into just a regular folder.
All right. And I thought I had 7. There it is. There's my 7-zip. All right. So here's my 7-zip. So I'm going to extract this.
But you should be able to actually do it. We're going to do this easier. Don't worry about close that.
Okay.
Close that. Okay. Right click and drag that to just drag that over. This is something you can do in Windows. Mac OS, you just double click and then hit extract.
All right. Fair enough.
And then just hit extract.
Boom.
It'll take a minute. It's kind of big.
It's going to take some time.
It's going to take some time.
Because this is a big file, as you guys can see.
This is a big file. Yeah.
So
that will extract it. That'll open up the zip file. It'll just give you a raw folder. And then it just sits in your save directory.
So
how long does it say that's going to take?
Just about 3 minutes.
Oh,
so
we have to come up with something to do for 3 minutes.
Which is fine. So the question in the chat room is, do you extract it?
Yeah.
Yes. So it is a zip file. You have to extract it. And I know it can get kind of confusing because when we download resource packs, we leave them zipped.
Right. So resource packs and like mods for Forge or Light Loader, that sort of thing, those usually you leave zipped or you leave them as .rars.
Right.
But the actual map files, no, you do want to extract those into folders. And then once you have the folder open, we can take a look inside and you can get an idea of what you're looking for. If you see a folder that contains a file called level.zip, you know it's already been expanded. It's not in a zip file. It's ready to go.
All right. So I am still...
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's going to be about 3 minutes. It's like cooking. We should have had this ready to go.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it happens. And it's now down to 245. Now, obviously, most maps are not this big. That you download.
So yeah, if you download a single player challenge map or an adventure map or
is this
that
the same
sort of
way on adventure maps too? You just extract it.
Yeah, you just copy right into that save directory. Anytime you download a map, you want to copy it into that save directory.
Okay.
And we'll show you what it looks like in a single player client once you have the map in there. It just looks like any other single player map. I mean, you open Minecraft, you hit single player, and it's listed. That's it. It's really, really straightforward. Servers are what we're going to talk about after this, and that is a little bit more complicated, but it's still not very hard.
Do you still have to extract it and decompress it even with the server, or do you leave that zipped?
Yeah, you still do need to decompress it, and so we'll end up doing this. We'll just copy it because it'll be a lot faster to copy than to uncompress it again.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty simple. And we'll how far along is it?
We're about 60 seconds.
Oh, good. Yeah, so it's getting closer.
Yeah. No, it's cruising here. It's cruising. It's got about less than 2.5 gigs remaining. So not too bad. I mean, it's
not too bad.
Not too bad. I mean, like I said, it's a big file, and like cooking, we should have had this ready to go, but we didn't because I didn't think about the 5 gigs being decompressed. But hey,
well, and if you had 7-zip installed normally, it would work a little faster because 7-zip's a little better. But
I did have it installed. Actually,
if you are running, well, no, you didn't because you didn't have any of the extra options when you right click on stuff. It might have been on the machine, but it wasn't installed the way it should be.
Ah.
But if you have a Mac, you don't really have to worry about this. If you double-click on a file on a Mac, it opens the default Mac archive utility and just extracts the zip.
Does it?
And then you end up with a folder.
Automatically.
And you just drag the folder wherever you need to put it.
Yeah.
So on a Mac, it's actually really simple. And on Linux, if you're running Linux, you already know how to unzip something, so I'm not going to tell you. If you don't know how to unzip something, you should. Or go watch whatever that show is Chase is doing with Linux. You guys have dealt with how to unzip stuff, right?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Do you know the -A flag?
No.
Oh, you should ask about that one.
Hey, guess what, Joe?
Yeah,
it's pretty much done. Oh, what timing! So it's finishing up here. There it is. It is now complete, and there's the folder.
Yep. So now double click on that folder real quick.
Okay.
And look at the inside of this folder. So what you see in here, the very first thing you can ignore, mcedit.temp. That's because I opened the thing up in mcedit to delete some chunks I didn't want in there anymore. Mainly AT&T Park.
Yeah.
Data, players, and region. If you open players, you should see nothing, or just a handful of people. Those are people who logged into the server or logged into the map while it was a separate map. Once you log into the map, your name will be added to that list.
Wow.
Looking at the other files that are in there, so if you go back up, the level.dat, that's the one you really want to pay attention to. That is basically the core of a map. So if you have a map that you really, really like, say you have a single player map that you've just loved the heck out of, and it's a fantastic, resources are everywhere, you like the spawn point, all that kind of stuff. Instead of remembering the seed or instead of, doing any of that sort of stuff, if you want to recreate that map, you really just need the level.dat file, and it will regenerate the whole map for you. It's really kind of a cool thing. And then the rest of those, like I said, you can ignore. Level.dat old is, I think, from when it was updated from the old version to the new version. You can ignore that file. Session lock, you can ignore that. It's important, but you don't have to worry about it. And uid.dat, you can ignore that too.
All right.
But those folders, and then data and region is where data contains information about it. That's all in funny files. And then region is where the actual map chunks live. So if you hear somebody talk about a chunk, these are the chunks, so to speak, of the map.
Yeah.
And you can see there's quite a few in here. Our particular map has 1,380 of them.
Wow.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
So, but we don't care about any of those. What we care about is seeing it in single player. So now go back to your Minecraft launcher, and we're going to want to get back into that later. I'll close those directories.
All right. Well,
we're going to have to copy that.
All right. So I'm here.
We're going to have to copy that for the server.
So I'll just minimize that.
So just minimize that.
Got it. Okay.
All right. You can close that.
Okay.
We're done with that. We don't need that.
Okay.
And then just hit play.
All right.
Make sure you pick the version of Minecraft you want. Like I said, doesn't really matter which one. And it'll load up. And then when you go to single player, why did it not list it there?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I followed your
hit create new world.
Oh, okay.
Let's see where it creates a new world.
All right.
Just hit create new world. You don't have to. Okay.
This might be.
I want to see where this goes.
Fair enough.
We should have tested it on your funky PC install.
Oh, hush. This is what happens during a live show, you see. This is.
I can tell you, it showed right up on mine. No problems at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sure downloading a lot of terrain.
Yeah, your computer's having issues, man.
I don't think so. I think it's fine.
Why is it not loading into Minecraft already?
I don't know, Joe. I'm here.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, finally. So hit escape and quit Minecraft.
Okay.
And quit that too.
All right.
Now, but go back to the saves folder.
Okay.
So it did create a test. Oh,
it's because their folder. It's a folder within a folder.
Oh, it's inside another folder. So that's the problem. Is I didn't realize that you'd already opened one when we got to it. So click on that one.
Okay.
And no, don't double click on it. Click on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now copy that.
Yep.
And paste it there.
There.
Okay. Now delete the old folder. So that's the problem of having a map inside of, or having a folder inside of a folder with a map. I didn't realize that it had gone.
I didn't realize.
So now launch Minecraft again.
Yeah. I didn't realize I did that either. When we extracted it, It
created an extra folder. That's probably the issue that people are having with it, is you want to make sure it's at the base.
Yeah, fair enough.
So once it gets in.
Actually, I'm really glad
Now go to single player.
Yeah, there it goes.
There you go.
I'm really glad, by the way, that we showed that happens because, and I'm not going to cut that out because it's one of those things where you guys might run into. And
yes.
so I'm
and that's why we want to check to make sure that level.dat is, so you want to have saves, the name of the map that you're trying to load, and the level.dat file. They all need to be just like that. You can't have two folders between the two. So yeah, double click on that, play the selected world, and you'll see it'll build the whole map up and get you in there. And again, one thing to keep in mind with this is there are several buildings around spawn that use fire for accent. And look at that. You're at your house.
Now,
so
does it take this
you're gonna have to follow
load?
the path. It may take a while to load, especially if it's not on like an SSD or really fast hard drive.
There it goes.
Because it is so big. So, but it will slowly load in all the chunks, and turn to your right, and you can head towards spawn. Because I don't think any of the spawn commands or anything like that will work because those are all mod-based commands.
That's true. So I'll have to do it manually. But
you'll have to fly over there by hand. You're lucky that you came in
there's
in
the Minecraft
creative
me
mode
sign.
and not in survival mode. What?
There's a Minecraft me sign. It's still loading.
One of them. That's the theater right there that you see to the left.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, no, I see it.
No,
I'm getting there.
Just keep running into all the buildings. There's the theater, or there's Spawn Manor. And if you turn left, there's the building that's going to burn down in about 30 seconds.
This one?
To the right. The wooden one.
This one?
That one. Yeah. That one has some fire accents and stuff like that. It's a beautiful building, but if you go around to the back, you should see it starting to catch on fire already.
No.
Oh, maybe it didn't actually manage to bring across the fire. That is usually the building that I get into the server and I'm like, it's all completely torched. So, it happens.
Yeah, no kidding. But here it is. I mean, it's like I'm back home again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can fly around, check it out, see all the cool wicked builds that are in there. Explore Manor Theater, explore all the places that you haven't been able to go to that you've been like, hey, I want to really look at that. And there you go. It's awesome. So
that's wait. How is there a wow?
What?
There is a sheep with different that's
a color changing sheep. Yeah, somebody named a sheep Jeb right before the map went offline.
And
if you name, remember we talked about this before, if you use name tags and name different creatures different things, some of them will turn upside down, some of them will do different things. If you name it Jeb, a sheep at least will color cycle through its wool.
And he just so happens to be on this part of this glowstone way up here. And you know what? I'm just gonna
knock him off. Oh, that is a dead glowy sheep.
All right.
But and you can see there's the spawn coaster over there. It's coming in right now. You can go and ride that if you want, all that kind of stuff. But again, the map is huge. So expect some lag, expect some chunks to take a while to load in, that sort of stuff. Or throw it on a fast SSD. If you have a nice SSD, throw it on that, and you should notice a big improvement.
Wow, very, very nice. So this is single player. So right now, only I can do this. What if Joe, I want to do this on a server kind of a thing where I want to load this up?
Well, there's a couple of different ways you can do a server, right? So one is if you go back to your game, you still have it open?
Right, yeah, I do.
Okay. If you hit that open to LAN button.
Okay.
Right. If you're at a LAN party or if you have some friends who come over and bring their machines, you can open it to a LAN this way. And then they can join your single player LAN world.
And I can make it a creative world.
Creative or survival. You can turn cheats on and off.
Right.
You hit that button and it takes a second, but it will load it up as a server because of how they changed Minecraft, how it works with, I think it was 1.6 and newer. I can't remember. Anyway, you can do that. It'll work really well.
Okay.
If however you want to run a full-on dedicated server with the map, that's a little different.
Okay.
So to do that, you want to close out of Minecraft, your single player Minecraft. You want to quit out of that completely.
I'm doing that completely.
And I told you to download a version of the Minecraft server executable, right?
I did.
Okay, where is it at?
It's right here.
Okay, run that.
Okay, running it now.
So the first time you run this, and we're doing the Windows version of it, you can do it with Linux, you can do it with Mac, of course. If you do it on Linux or Mac, though, it's a console command, Java space X. Anyway, it's a console command, and you'll run a jar instead of an exe. They just make the exe easy for Windows users to be able to pop into it really quickly. So, and it will download all the little pieces. So, in fact, if you click back on that Explorer window behind you, yep.
Oh yeah.
We'll leave the console up.
Yeah.
So we can see its progress, and go to the other one, and now you can see it's creating new folders and doing stuff like that right now.
All on this side. That's
And,
pretty neat. Cool. So it's all right.
So yeah, I created all those folders. The server shouldn't be up yet. What does it say? I can't read your screen at all. So,
well, right now it's just giving me memory use and average tick. It's not saying
okay.
anything
So
else.
on the bottom right, so yeah, make that a normal window again. So on the bottom right, that should be your console. Do /list. Well, let's see if it says anything.
Nothing
so it's
is
not.
happening.
So for some reason, it's not started yet. It usually dumps a whole bunch of stuff. I don't use the Windows server launcher very often. But launch into your old Minecraft to see if you can connect to it real quick.
All right. So leave that.
Make sure you're running the same. You make sure you load the same version or supported compatible version.
So
I told you to do 1.7.5, so you should be able to do it with anything pre 1.7.6.
So I'm using 1.7.4. Will that work just
That
fine?
should be okay. Yeah.
All right. So I'm running play here.
And then hit multiplayer.
All right. Multiplayer it is.
And you'll want to do, it's going to be a local server. So hit direct connect down at the bottom and do 127.0.0.1. Everybody, that's Chase's private IP address. If you want to hack him, just use that address.
And there
you go. Now you are in your single player world. If you can tab back over to your Minecraft, it shows you there Sir Chaos running in the list of players.
Right here. Yep.
Right there. And in fact, if you go /kick space Sir Chaos,
I can kick myself.
You can kick yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just got kicked. Look at that.
So there you go. Pretty cool. Leave Minecraft running, the actual Minecraft client, just minimize it or something like that.
Yeah.
And just leave it, just minimize that window.
Sure.
We're going to need to get back to that in a minute.
All right.
So now on the server, go ahead and hit on the console again.
Okay.
Do /stop.
/stop.
And what that does is that closes the server gracefully. You can just force kill it if you want to, but if you have open map or anything like that, it could cause some problems. So you don't really want to do that. Now we want the map again, though.
All right.
So we want the map the actual map that we have in the single player version.
Okay. So the map is over here.
No, we don't want the zip version though, because it can take.
Oh, that's
forever.
right. So we have this version.
So let's just grab that one and we'll just copy that into that folder.
Just copy it straight up.
Yeah, just straight copy it. Yeah.
All right. Hold on here.
And we'll see how long that should go a lot faster than full decompressing it.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're running Windows 8, it's the same thing. If you're running Mac, it's basically the same thing. If you're running Linux, it's pretty much the same thing. The difference, of course, being Windows 8, you have I think the copy dialog is a little nicer. One of the few really cool features of Windows 8. Okay, so while that's going,
okay,
we're going to look at a file on there called server.properties.
Yep, it's right here.
Okay, so I want to edit that file. So with Windows, the easiest way to do that is probably right-clicking on it and saying open with, or just open, yeah. And then select, yep, and look for Notepad. If you have Notepad++ installed, use that. It's a lot better, but Notepad will work. So what you're looking for in here is something called level-name. It's going to be like the 6th or 7th line down.
Right there.
You see, right now it's just world.
Right.
Well, we want to rename that to match the new map that we just loaded into it.
Oh, right here.
Yes.
With spaces and everything.
Well, I hate trying to figure out whether we should put quotes in or /escape or any of that kind of stuff. So I just renamed the folder.
All right, so I'm just going to call
rename that to MC Me Server 2 or Season 2 or something like that. It is case sensitive.
Right, but I'm just going to copy it all like that. Copy. So there it is. World 2, and then I just go ahead and change level name.
Replace world with whatever, yeah. Make sure you leave the equals in there.
Yep.
Now save the file and close Notepad.
Save. Closing. Okay.
And run the Minecraft server again.
Okay.
I really wish it would display more to the console than that, but
I wish it did
doesn't.
too, yeah.
That's why I like the console version of it instead of the Windows GUI version of it. So now pop back over to your Minecraft client. Let's see if its server's up yet. Hit direct connect again and hit join server. And see if the server's actually loaded yet or not. I have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know. It's still doing its thing.
Well, normally, right, it should
Actually,
list...
I'm going to exit my Dropbox.
Yeah, you should probably
there
kill
it
that.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was trying to sync up the 5 gig world.
Right, it's trying to upload it to Dropbox, which you probably should turn that off. If
I just did, yeah.
So hit back into game, and you'll see you are now in the server.
Wow.
Somewhere, I don't know where. There you are. Oh yeah, you're right where you were in the single player. Because remember, it created that character file for you.
Yeah.
So you probably, as a player, the first time you do this, you'll show up in a little different spot. You may or may not be creative. It's dependent on how your server is configured. But yeah, that's basically how you would load that in. And Manor Theater is going to show up right behind, or Spawn Manor will show up right behind Mario.
Yep, right there.
Right on the other side of Mario. Yeah,
there it is.
There you go.
Wow, that's pretty freaking easy.
So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Now digging, go back to that server.properties. Let's bring that file back up again. We'll go through a quick list of what those settings are. Some of those settings are.
All right, so server.properties. Let me edit that. All right, here it is. Okay.
So we already dealt with. So the ones that we want to talk about. Obviously we want to talk. We talked about level name. That's important because that's how you define the base map for your server.
Right.
So that's where you set that. The other ones that are important is server name. If you find server name, that's where you define what it'll show up in lists. So when somebody adds it to their Minecraft, it'll show up as, or to their Minecraft client, it'll show up as that. Is it not in there?
I'm not seeing it, unless I'm just not seeing it.
May not be seeing it, but I can't read your screen.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, somewhere in there is server list or server name. Sorry, server dash name. And normally defaults to like Minecraft server or something like that. MOTD is that little subline that shows up underneath the server name when somebody adds it. Other things you want to look for: PvP, obviously, true or false. Turn off PvP if you don't want it, to set it to false. Hardcore is kind of cool. It will, if it's set to true, when somebody dies, not only will they get kicked from the server, they will be banned from the server, and they won't be able to rejoin until you unban them. Other things, of course, there is whitelist, normally set to false. If you set it to yes, only people who are on the whitelist can join. Now, to add somebody to a whitelist, you do in the server console /whitelist space add, and then that player's name. Difficulty sets whether, what the difficulty level is for the server. There's spawn monsters. Game mode is the default game mode for people who are joining. It's creative or survival, creative, and adventure are the three defaults by standard. There's a new one coming up in the next version. I can't remember what it is. And then level seed is another one that's going to be in there somewhere. That's if you're generating a whole new map. And you can basically set, just like you do when you're creating a new map in single player, you can create, you can set the seed for that map. Same thing here is if you had a seed that you really like, you can set it there as well. And it works out pretty good. And then all the others are pretty self-explanatory. Spawn animals. That's a normal one. Spawn monsters is another one. Allow nether, so you can turn, if you want to have a server that doesn't have a nether, you can turn the allow nether to false, and it won't auto-generate a nether, and nobody can join the nether.
So this is obviously a really basic way of using our map and creating a vanilla server.
Right.
No mods,
if all
basic.
You do is change the level name and change some other really basic settings, you get the map up and going, you get the server up and running, but you won't have like any of the mods. So there won't be grief prevention, there won't be permissions-based mods, there won't be any of those sort of things. World edit, that kind of thing won't come across unless you install those mods. And to install those, you need Bucket or Spigot. And or there's a few other server clients, so to speak. Anyway, there's a few other ways you can get those mods going, but really, you'll have a very basic, very vanilla server if you just do this. And but that's enough to get you up and going, and enough to get some people in there playing with you. If that's all you really want to do,
yeah,
it'll work really well.
Sweet. So if you guys have questions, and I know you will, first off, we have a great forum community. We'll have an episode post. You can post questions directly to this video as well. Feel free. I'm going to leave in all that stuff, all the delays and stuff, but because I really want you guys to see what potential issues you might run into. So don't stress on that.
And you could definitely run into some. Just make sure you don't have the map full nested inside another folder. That was the main issue that we had. And it's not an unusual one. Especially depends on the tool that you're using to unzip things. Some of them nest them in folders, some of them don't. And then yeah, when you're setting up a server, the easiest way, always for me at least, is on that level name, change it to something without any spaces or without anything special. Something that's really, really easy to type.
Totes. So, guess what we haven't done in a while, Joe? We haven't done a couple things in a while that we're going to do this week.
Right.
One of them is a server showcase. And so I'm going to jump into the server right now. Now, remember, a server showcase is something from the community that either they have nominated themselves for or someone else has nominated through our website. It could be a huge build. It could be a small build. There's really no qualification. Just someone thought of something very, very cool, and they said, hey, I want to have this shown on the show. So this week's server showcase is by Max the Chef, and he sent it into the show. Hopefully it's a he. If it's not, it's a she. No big deal. But this is what it is. It is dual houses. Each one is dead perfect, and everything is parallel. Not a single block is off. One is made of oak, and one is made of birch, and one has a basement, but please don't show that off. All right, so he's asking us not to go in the basement of one of them, and it's right by AT&T Park. I worked hard on it, and it's been in production ever since this server opened. So as you can see, there's AT&T Park. It's right there, Joe.
Yeah.
But so he said this is let's test the theory here. First off, I'm going to go up and look, and no doubt it is perfect.
You know what I can't help but notice though is this is another one that when we release a server season 3 map,
this is going to go up in flames.
This is going to go up in flames so fast. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it is going to definitely go up in flames fairly quickly.
But I like the big open living room and laid out area. I like the glowstone and the leaves there. That's really, really nice. Is this a little bit of a small little farm in here?
He's got a little indoor garden back here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but I'm standing in the water.
Okay. So
see now I want to find the basement. He said not to show off.
Must have been in the other house. So let's go in the other house here. But the thing is, they are both exact on each side.
They are really, really close. Yeah.
That must seem very, very difficult to do. In my opinion.
Well, and the other thing too is check this. This is kind of a cool effect I've seen a few other people do. The leaf blocks are semi-transparent, right? They're not totally opaque. And so you can put them somewhere and you get kind of a cool effect because you have some transparency there. I actually really like that look. See, I just can't figure out how to get to the basement. Now I really want to.
Joe. But I do like the fact that they are exact to each other. And this is one of those things where, a lot of people think, oh, I need a really big block of land. But what he did is he got 2 small blocks of land, put it across the street from each other, and just made it happen. And he's got great real estate right next to AT&T Park here. And I like the A-frame house. It's very, very well done. I like it a lot. And it's just the wood, and it's very well laid out. Very, very nicely done. This was sent into the show by Max the Chef. And so if you want to nominate some really cool creation that you found on our server, something that maybe you built or someone else built, head over to our website, minecraftme.com or geekgamer.tv, and then go to the Minecraft Me show page. There's a button on the right-hand side that you can fill out a form, give us the coordinates so we can find your awesome creation, and just go from there. I just think it's cool. Very, very nice. But that's not all they say. There's more, because it's also time for a resource pack this week, Joe. We try to get one. Joe's going to have to show me how to get it working for the next show, because it involves a shader pack as well. So, but Joe, if you want to bring me over to the our awesome pack museum. First off, this is Faithful 32. Nothing's different here, of course. But let me pull it up here. This was actually sent into the chat. This was a great chat suggestion by James DBEJ. I don't know how that's pronounced, so I do apologize if I messed that up. But this is the Yay Toast pack. It's a 16 buy pack. We'll have a link in the show notes. First thing, by the way, the menus really hurt
like
my
orange,
eyes.
eh?
Oh gosh, orange and blue, and just oh boy. But let's just jump in here. And first off, some colors just don't have any texture to them, which is a little weird. But let's just take a look here at this, Joe. And some of it hurts my eyes, some of it doesn't.
Don't hit E.
Oh boy! Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! Oh, I'm blind. Hold on. Oh, I'm blind. I can't see. No, I'm just kidding.
And all the bricks are pink.
Oh boy!
I do kind of like the look. I actually like the obsidian. The obsidian's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's about it though. The hay has a little face on the block, on the hay block. And the jack-o'-lantern has a face on it also.
I like these little designs here on some of these blocks like this. I like that. That's cute, and that looks very, very cool.
Those are the different ore blocks. So like the emerald ore and the gold ore and coal ore. I mean, you'd be able to see the coal ore from a ways away because it's the black face.
Yeah. The plants, some of them are really happy.
Look at the doors. Over here. Here's the doors.
Oh.
See the doors? I like the window. The big window on the wooden door, I think, is kind of cool.
Are you holding obsidian in your hand? What are you holding there, Joe?
I am. Yeah. No, it's a coal block.
Coal.
It's a coal
Okay.
block.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. No.
Oh.
This guy loves the smiley faces. He's got smiley faces.
He does. It's
everywhere.
something to do. I have a feeling it's related
Hey,
to some
Joe, this is new.
TV show or something. What? Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's a little scary looking ish.
Why?
Well, if you look underneath, you could see the bottom of like these people's heads, and like now I'm visioning necks, and like it's just a little disturbing to me. Just seeing our heads on the wall. Oh boy. Hey, mobs. Wow.
The mobs are definitely different.
Yeah. Mushrooms are different.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Oh, my gosh. Look at the
Everything's
size.
a lot of things seem to be sticking out their tongue, too. And some blocks aren't changed at all. The end portal blocks are completely original. Oh, my goodness. Look at the paintings.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Toast.
Yep.
I love soup.
Hey, how do you get wood?
From
By
trees.
punching trees.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
You punch the trees to get to wood. You use the wood to cabin. Sorry. Wow. Okay. Well, all right. No offense to James who sent this into the show.
Yeah. You know what? There are some blocks I like.
Yeah. But this,
and then there are the rest.
But this,
yeah. Well, no, right here. Look at all these blocks right here.
Yeah.
The different,
yeah,
chiseled blocks and the mossy stone and the these I like. I really do like those.
Right.
And like I said, I like the obsidian.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, might make me sick.
Yeah. Yeah. So I cannot give this a thumbs up. Especially on this, I just can't do it. I'm sorry, you guys, if you're getting a headache.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna pick, orange can be an okay color, but you have to pick the right shade of orange.
Orange and black would work.
That is not the right shade of orange.
That is road construction orange. That is like warning. Get ready.
Yeah.
So you guys,
I'm gonna go ahead and change back to it.
Fair enough. But hey, if you have an absolute awesome resource pack, and you felt that hey, we need to cover it. We haven't covered it because we've done a lot. But if you have one you want to send in the show, email us minecraftme@geekgamer.tv. For the subject line, use pack picks or resource pack or whatever you wish. Just make sure you have resource pack in there somewhere. And we'll check it out. Sometimes we pull the suggestions from the show as well, from the chat room. So awesome. Thanks so much for James sending this in. Yeah, it is definitely a strange one for sure. One last thing, Joe, if you want to bring me over to the Grim Theater, we haven't been over there in a while. We didn't go. If you can,
I'm not over there.
Do we have a shortcut to that? Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see. I'll set one up.
Okay. But yeah,
I can get there reasonably quick.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change back to faithful before I lose my brain because that is wow. Now my mind is like, thank you. My mind is saying thank you to me. They're like, wow, you guys.
All right, so I brought you to just outside the theater.
All right, so let's head into the Grim Theater building, and wow, we got some. We got this new Redstone track here. Is that a villager inside the track?
That does appear to be a villager in the train, in the cart going around the track. Yes.
So what we do on every episode of Minecraft Me when you join us during a live show, guess what happens? We give you guys some EXP, so you can use that for your enchantments and all that fun stuff. So yes, check out the name. If you see your name on the screen, I want to say thanks, because that means not only you're paying attention, but you're also being a part of the community, and you're jumping on the show with us. So thank you so much. And I just dropped my stick. No! My stick. Oh, wait. I need to make myself visible. Got my stick back. Yay, stick is back. So I can't pick up anything when I'm invisible. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. There's a lot of you guys. Not everybody's here in the Grim Theater. By the way, this Grim Theater complex is amazing. And if you haven't checked it out, you really need to. It's awesome. So thanks so much. I see a lot of you guys saying hi. So thank you so much. So, Mr. Joe, one thing we need to do before we jump into the questions is make the big announcement.
Right, the next challenge.
The next challenge. We've teased it.
Yes.
We teased it. We delayed it. We can't delay it anymore. It's now time for Joe to announce the next challenge. Joe, what is that challenge?
So I have a thing for redstone doors.
Joe has a thing for doors.
I like them. I think they're really, really cool, and they can be super.
He loves redstone doors.
I think they're cool. I like how they work. I like watching them open. I like watching them close. I want to see the biggest redstone door anybody can make.
What?
I know. It's just I want to see like an entire wall. I want to see disappear.
Oh, so you want a disappearing door?
Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna put one condition on it. No using gravity-affected blocks.
What?
So you can't use you can't use sand blocks. You can't use gravel blocks. You can't use anything that will fall and get out of the way.
All right.
You have to move all the blocks with pistons or that sort of thing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
All right.
So I want somebody to make a redstone door.
A redstone?
A big one. As big as they can make. Or, if you can't figure out how to make a really big one, just a really cool one. Like something that is a really cool way of opening or that sort of thing. So yeah, something with a lot of really kind of cool things that it does. So it'll be on surface area and creativity are the two requirements. I want to see as big as possible and also the most interesting looking kind of thing.
Okay.
There you go. That'll be interesting.
All right. So you heard the preconditions. Hopefully Joe can write them in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll write them in the show notes, and you'll be able to see. But yeah, basically, what it comes down to is as big a redstone door as you or as big a door as you can figure out how to make.
All right.
But not using gravity affected blocks. So no sand, no stone, or I'm sorry, gravel.
I would say this:
anything that falls.
Bonus points. I'm going to throw a bonus points in.
Okay.
Bonus points if you work this into a very cool creation. I know some of you are going to just make the door and just have a door. But
that's true.
If you're going to have a door, you might want it to go into something. So bonus points if you have it go into something very, very cool. If you just have
like
a door.
Lava, like a volcano based, some kind of giant evil.
Right.
If you could carve your head on the side of the volcano, that's even better. You know, like straight up evil looking, like Dr. Evil, his giant volcano lair.
Something like that. So here's the deal, you guys.
That'd be cool, too.
If you're watching us live as we record this, you're going to get a head start. You're going to give like 5-day head start. So this will be due on July 17th. So we give you guys 2 weeks for these creations. So if you're watching this on the 3rd today, as we release this, you have now 2 weeks to go. If you're watching us live, guess what? You got a 5-day head start. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So 17th of July, it will be due. And just like last time, we'll give out awards to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd after voting. We give everybody about a week of voting. But, yeah, awesome challenge. Best redstone door and bonus points if you have it going to something very, very cool. And there's no size limitation. The sky's literally...
No, you can make it as big as you want. As long as you have made it, I don't care how big it gets. So
wow.
No, but it does have to be done.
But
on
here's
the
the thing, you
survival
guys.
map.
One thing is size is not everything on this because remember, I know some people may not have enough materials to go super big, but remember, be creative. There's different innovative ways you can have doors open and something very, very, very cool.
So that's the two conditions are as big as possible. So if the biggest you can make is 4x4 or 5x5, that's fine. That's still good. Don't get me wrong. But if it opens creatively, if it opens in a really cool method, like something that you look at it and you're like, well, that's really cool. Kind of like the old Star Trek Enterprise cargo bay doors where the doors sort of interlinked. That sort of thing would be really cool. I mean, but some kind of creative way of opening a door or having a door work
totally
is a requirement. And it does need to be able to open and close.
Yes. So there you go, you guys.
Doesn't have to work on a button, but it has to be able to open and close. You
have just over 2 weeks to do it. July 17th is when they are due, and then we will showcase them on the show, and that should be an awesome one. So you guys got some time to get together on that one. It is now time.
In the meantime, don't forget to vote for the favorite arcade.
That's right. You just have about a week to go. We're going to release the results for that on the 10th of July. So make sure you head over to our forums. We'll have a link if you don't know specifically where it is, and vote there. There are 4 great entries. And I really want to see votes come in for that. And we'll have a link in the show notes to that voting. We do have a few questions, by the way, Joe. We did get some questions, some great questions in this short week that we've done this show. First question comes into the show. Here it is. Let me bring it up here. Hey, Joe and Chase. Blockman here. I know the EULA changes and the effects it can have on the server. I wanted to suggest a plugin to use in case the Patreon map has to become a server located on a different IP. What I had in mind is a plugin called Graylist. It allows people to join without being able to build. I figured it would be ideal for your situation. Hope this message was too long. Gotta spice it up. Keep digging. So first off, unfortunately, we can't use it. It's a great idea.
You could use the plugin. So here's the thing.
All right.
Is a plugin like that is actually not a bad idea for a pub server. The problem with it is you have to make a way for everyone who joins the server to end up on or be able to go to equal footing without having to pay money. Or everyone has to pay money to get into the server.
Sure.
And that's where the real complication comes in. Is yes, Graylist is great, and we could do that, but when someone joins the server, everyone needs to be able to reach the same level for the same amount of donation. So whether that means not donating and having full access or donating and having some access, everybody has to be on the same plane, basically. And so Graylist doesn't really fix that problem. Our Patreons obviously are donating every month, and we can't have them on a server at one level of access and have other people who aren't donating at another level of access. That is really specifically how they've written this EOLA. So a great idea, but unfortunately won't really work for our application. So
yeah, it's
but
unfortunate.
it would be a good way to seed out people on a server.
Yeah, definitely.
If you had it on a server and people join the server, they like our little new spawn entryway. They have to go through that, know the right command to use in order to unlock full access. That would be. That's not a bad way to do it. But there's also a lot of other plugins out there that do the same sort of thing. There's actually a built-in function of essentials that will block building. So.
Zilly Zalo writes in and says, hey, Chase and Joe, I was wondering, could you do a behind-the-scenes mini-sode where Chase walks the viewers through a typical day of editing? I'm personally curious as how this process goes and what you might encounter while editing. Thanks for reading my message and keep digging. Well, I appreciate that, Zelly. The one thing is editing process from start to finish, taking the raw file, compressing, putting up a post up on the website, the whole 9 yards, takes on average between 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much stuff I need to do. A video like that might be really, really dry. Not to mention it takes up system resources if I was doing screen caps at the same time while I'm trying to edit. I'm not saying straight up no on this. If I could do it in a quality, kind of a tasteful way, I would do it. And then I don't know what I would really show because I can't really do it as a how-to because Final Cut in its own right, there are people that do so much better than I do in Final Cut. So for me to do a how-to on that would just be insulting. But anyway, as I digress, maybe I can come up with something for you. And for the others who really want to know what happens, quote unquote, behind the scenes in doing a show and putting content out there on the net. A final question comes in from the guy who sent in the resource pack pick via the chat room, and this was James, and he says, hey, I was wondering if you could set up warps to server showcases and AT&T Park. It'd be making getting there a less of a hassle. Hope this wasn't too short. Well, we do set up buttons to the voting of the server challenges. Joe's setting that up, and we'll have those up probably by the time the show is posted for sure.
They're up now.
Oh, they're up now. Great, that's awesome.
Yeah,
and I want to definitely do that for server showcases. The thing is, some showcases we ask on the forum if you wish to have this public. Some actually say no, thank you. I do not want it public. But that being said, if I can remember to start doing it, maybe I can start doing it. Part of me is I just forget because when the show's over, I get into editing mode, and the last thing I forget is like, oh, wait, I need to make a button and have it point to coordinates and all that fun jazz. So, but yes, I want to do that more because I started doing that on the Season 2 map, and I just stopped because I just forgot and all that. Terrible. I'm bad. Sorry.
Well, we can do them if that's what people want. We can create them. It's not difficult to add.
No, it's not.
I'll just have to remember to do that. Like you said, after the show, it's adding a button with a command block is not super hard. It's just remembering to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. So there you go, you guys. If you have any questions that you want to send into the show, if you have video, voicemails, anything you'd like in relations to the show, or if you have questions about how we do things, Minecraft me at GeekGamer.tv. We'd love to hear from you. The other thing, too, by the way, is if you want to check out all the back catalog of all these great episodes that we've done, you can head over to our website at GeekGamer.tv, where last week we revealed the results of the Aladdin's Castle Challenge. We also played a special Minecraft survival games on Geek Gamer Weekly last week, so you definitely want to check that out. A lot of great things happening. We have an awesome community forum and just things happening all the time. One thing I forgot to share with you guys, I shared it in the post show with the patrons, but I didn't share it with you guys. I wanted to let you guys know that we're going to be heading to PAX this year. Yeah, for the 3rd year in a row, Geek Gamer TV is heading to PAX. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, we got to meet the crew from Mojang. Everybody except for Notch, of course. Notch wasn't there. Darn. But man, we met Jeb, and we just all these guys that make an awesome game. Grub was there. Or Group. Is it Grub? Grub, not Grub. Group. Is it Grub?
I'm not sure. I don't recall.
Yeah, I think I screwed that up.
But anyway, yeah, it was a bunch of the developers for Minecraft, the guys who've taken over since Marcus dropped it. And moved on to other bigger projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really good time. Hopefully, I haven't heard one way or the other if Mojang's going to be at PAX again. I know they have been usually.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yep. So obviously, we're going to need your help to do that coverage again. So we'll let you know what we're looking for as far as assistance. There's some pieces of equipment I'd love to make some updates to make it happen, especially in the lighting department, the portable lighting department. There's this one thing. It looks like a lightsaber, Joe, which is really great for lighting subjects when you're doing interviews and stuff. I was looking at, but we can talk about that later.
Just go get one of those fake lightsabers.
No. This is like it's got LED.
The sound effects every time you start an interview. You hear
whong. What are you doing? Nothing. I'm just interviewing you.
Just lighting the shot. What's the problem?
What's wrong? We do this show Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Pacific time at live.geekgamer.tv, but occasionally we have to do these recordings on other days of the week. So make sure you pay attention to our calendar, pay attention to our Twitter. I usually announce that stuff there. And sometimes I forget, like I did this week, so I do apologize. But anyway, we hope that you had a great July 1st Canada Day up in Canada, and have a safe and fun 4th of July as well. And we'll be back to our normal scheduled time next Thursday. That would be next Thursday, July 10th at 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys. We really do appreciate it. For Mr. Joseph Falby, I am Chase Nunes. Until we all talk again, thank you so much. Keep digging.